Hello everyone, my name is Supernova, and welcome back to another video on the Empire Realm. Now, this one's a little bit sad and unexpected, and a lot of things all at once. I understand that. I'm confused as well, but that's fine. So, unexpectedly, but also somewhat expectedly, we are going to be ending this season a little bit early. And by a little bit, I mean tomorrow's the last day, or today's the last day. Hopefully I'm uploading it before the year ends. So this is kind of my New Year's special, but also it's my last episode for the season. It's a weird one, but that's fine. And in light of the season ending, I did want to show off what I have done. It's not much. I got these pillars done, and I had plans, which I'll show you in a second what my plans were, but for the most part, this is what I got done. And this base did have a name. This whole design, it's called the Pillars of Anemoy, or I don't remember if I revised it to the Temple of Anemoy fully, but that could also be what it's called. And the idea of it is it's a giant temple about directions. Like, you have the crafting table language for N, E, W, and S. You know, north, east, west, and south. I don't know why I did it like that. And from there, I was going to build an entire forest, which you'll start seeing tree designs, actually, as I show you the plans. And I had an idea for an iron farm over here. Luke the Duke, another member of the realm, actually invited me to help him with an industrial area, which that was going to be fun, but it's ended, and it's all good, because we have another season ahead of us. Now, to talk about the next season a little bit, I don't have plans. Going into this season, I had the entire base designed. I worked with MC. You know him from older videos if you've been watching me for a while. Currently, I think he's going by Tempest. That's no big deal. Still the same person. But we had designed this base together pre-season. And now that the season's ending early, I'm not prepared. I don't know what I'm getting into. So suggestions are very much welcome, because I don't know exactly what I'm going into, so I'm either going to be winging it or, you know, planning before I actually start playing. And it's also going to be interesting. We are playing on an amplified world for Season 3, based on what I've heard. So it's going to be interesting terrain, which could call for some very interesting... what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting builds, let's say. And developing a building through the terrain is probably one of the best things I've seen. Sometimes you build the terrain around the building, but, you know, that's what I like about Minecraft, is the ability to mix them in together. But playing in an amplified world, you got a lot of fun stuff to work with. And as well as the next season and all the things planning, like any suggestions for bases would be nice and stuff like that, I have ideas of how I can grow the channel a little bit more through more different types of videos, and I would like opinions on it, but I'll get to that in a second. First, I want to show you what I had planned for this base, just because it's kind of disappointing that I didn't get to finish it and show you in survival, but I have built it up in creative for the most part. It's almost done. Not quite there yet. But, yeah. As for this, I probably, if I find the time, before the season ends, I'll finish up the walls on the outside, and maybe do like a little bit of terraforming in the middle to make it look nice, but I'm not sure. Also, anyone that's curious, this is what our map ended up like. Yeah. You can kind of get an idea of size through the map if you understand maps, but either way, I say we move on to our next little area. And also, fun fact, this season, based on episodes alone, is technically longer than last season, because I only had 5 and this is the 6th episode. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off on tangents. Here we go. So yeah, this is what the base was gonna look like. I've got tree designs here, which I was talking about, and the actual final base. And a quick thing to mention, yeah, this is the exact seed that we were playing in for the second season. And in Season 3, I won't be able to do this because we are not going to be showing a seed for anyone. I think other than Barsk because he owns the realm. But either way, this was the base design that MC and I cooked up. Got some nice moat action going on. But the real thing that you're missing out on is the inside. This layer didn't have much work, but I was starting a portal design because... don't want to fall. This one wasn't really doing it for me, so that's where this layer was supposed to be. Then I have a storage system almost fully planned out. I used a design that I can't remember the name by. If I remember him, I'll leave a link down in the description. Otherwise, I'm hoping someone else can find them, but I did not design this. So I used a storage system by this other person. Again, if I find him, link in the description. And then from there, it was all kind of just plan things out. I was going to put some farms in there, like sugarcane and wheat, a furnace in here, a trading hall inside of here, a bedroom here, I think was what I was going... Or just a respawn room, technically, because what's good in building a bedroom? Unless you want to make it look good, I guess. And then down here, I didn't really have any good plans. There's a really nice mineshaft through here, and spawners and such. But other than that, there wasn't anything good other than this compass, which pretty neat. I think at one point I was thinking a museum. There's also signs here that are talking about maps. It's a weird topic. I don't know what's going on there. But this was the entire plan for the base. It's actually one of my favorite bases I've ever built, especially since I didn't do half of it. I came up with the main idea, and then MC, who's much better at detailing than I am, created, well, this. Other than the letters. I figured out the letters. Just want to point that out. I did all of these letters. I looked them up and carved them out. It's pretty cool. But now, since the season's pretty much over for me, after showing this, I guess all I can do now is look towards the future. That's what the whole New Year's is all about. Don't reminisce on the past too much. Look towards the future. So in light of that, I have a few questions for you guys, which this world doesn't allow me to ask those questions easily. So we're going to hop into the other worlds I've got just to ask opinions on things. Here we go. So, for those of you that watched my Nova Day video, which was what I'm counting as episode 5 of Season 2, you might recognize this world. It's my mess of a redstone testing world, but this is where I really want to draw your attention to. I can't remember exactly if I pointed it out in the Nova Day episode, but there's a story behind this. You see, in our Discord server, we do weekly challenges. And the idea of them is to keep people active and also training themselves in efforts of keeping the community in a very lively state. And one challenge I did participate in was a redstone door, which created this, the guardsman door, as I like to call it. It's very simple. The armor stands change positions based on the lever being pulled, which will, wasn't quick enough, limit your entry to the actual door. I mean, if anyone wants to know how it works, I used a fence gate for the door because it acts as a blockade, and for the armor stands, there's a couple of barrels in here that give the exact redstone output that I need to get those positions. So, a little quick tutorial, even though that explains little to nothing if you don't understand redstone. But this is the first idea I have for a series. Since every week or two we get one of these weekly challenges, what if I just make a series out of that? So what it would look like is you would follow me along in my design process for these challenges, and I would post winners, possibly. Most likely I would. I would post your winners for you, so you can see everything that's been going on. And then, next week I do it again. I have a whole world ready for it. Everything set up for it. That one looks like it's the most possible to happen, but if you guys think that's a bad idea, just tell me and I won't do it. Now, the second series idea I had planned has to do with this world here. Now, if you watched my Nova Day video, or I can't remember all of the videos it's showcased in, the cake game is actually exclusively showcased, but this is my games world. It's a world I made and started like maybe 10 years ago, where the entire purpose was just to make minigames, and most of these are very, very outdated. Just by the style alone you can tell. Most of them are broken as well, and it's all just silly, and that was the idea of it. It was kids trying to have fun. But I kind of want to redesign it, and there's a whole purpose behind why I'd be redesigning it, but through making videos about it, I can show you a different level of skills I haven't shown on camera before, but it also kind of applies to a very exclusive audience. For example, a spleef game that I made to work in vanilla Minecraft. I don't use anything really too fancy, it's all just simple commands. Emphasis on simple, but also not really. It's kind of complicated. It took me a while to learn some of these things. Anyway, like, if you step back here are your commands. This is one half of the command room for spleef. You've got the second half down here, and I believe there's even a third half over here. This is simple stuff. To me, at least. I shouldn't say that, but, you know. I'm fairly used to this kind of thing. I've got commands running in the cake game, and none of these other games have commands, and I want to make them function on their own, in a sense. So, if you'd like to see that, I know it could be fairly boring and kind of tailors to a specific audience, but it's an idea. And the ideas are what sparks a new beginning, in a sense, which is kind of what I'm getting after here. So, if you'd like to follow me on that journey and learn a few commands on the way, just leave a suggestion in the comments. I'm not sure. That one just came into my head, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. So that one's a bit iffy, though the challenge seems like it might definitely be happening. That's an oxymoron. Might definitely? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, another idea with this, at least, if you do want to see the games world more as I renovate it, because I will be doing that no matter if I record it or not, I could do a little bit more things like the cake game, where I just kind of played it with some friends, and as I get more games remade, new games being made as well, I could just show them off real quick as a little progress update, we'll say. But those are my ideas for the future, and I know this hasn't been really much of a Hermitcraft. I am not a Hermitcraft member. Ignore that. This hasn't been much of an Empire video, because I haven't spent most time on the Empire, but what am I to do? It's going to end soon. There's not much for me to finish. And that does kind of disappoint me, especially since those of you that want to see the Empire didn't get much from Nova Day, because that was a short, quick video, as this one is, and you're not getting much from this video, because I'm really just ending it off for myself, in a way. But there's more Empire to come. I have I'm working on my schedule to get more videos in, record more, play more, and I hope that I can do better this year, because I haven't been good on uploading. I'd have to check how many videos I've uploaded this year. It's not good, but if I want to grow, I know that I have to work on that. So, in hopes for a new year, and hopes to the channel's growth in a whole, I guess I gotta sign off. But anyway, I just gotta say, any suggestions for the next season on what to build, is one thing I'm asking for. And then opinions on whether or not you want the Empire Challenges series and or the Games World Updating series. And possibly, little third one I'll add in there, a side build projects, where I'll just update you on little side builds I've been doing. No big deal. That one would be less than monthly. Like, not as uploaded as some of these other things, of course. So, yeah. That's what I've got for you. So, if we just want to take a breather real quick. I know it's going really quick. I'm feeling tired. You're feeling tired. I think probably tired of me at this moment. So I'm probably just going to sign off. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. If you like this kind of content, though it really is quite a mess, isn't it? But if you liked it anyway, or I guess just excited for the future, leave a like down below. And if you want to see what comes next in the year, hopefully 2021 is better, just subscribe and get notified anytime I upload. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and goodbye!